We as Americans use energy for many things. To name some: manufacturing, agriculture, mining, construction, personal vehicles, transportation of goods, heating and cooling houses, electricity in houses, and electricity for offices, malls, stores, schools, hospitals, hotels, warehouses, restaurants, and many others. Currently, 85% of the United States' energy comes from fossil fuels, with the other 15% coming from renewable energy sources. Only 1% of the United States' energy currently comes from solar energy. So what exactly is solar energy? Solar energy is energy harvested from the sun's radiation. Electricity can be made from photovoltaic cells. When sun hits these cells, the photons in the sun's light excite the electrons in the cell. This causes them to flow and create electricity. Another method is solar thermal energy. This method generates heat rather than electricity. Solar thermal energy uses mirrors to focus sunlight onto a receiver. Then, a fluid is heated and ran through the receiver to produce steam. The steam is converted into mechanical energy in a turbine. This turbine powers a generator, which makes electricity. Traditional energy comes from fossil fuels like coal and natural gas. When fossil fuels are burned, they emit gases that are a primary cause of air pollution and global warming. Fossil fuels are a non-renewable resource. They also have to be located, evacuated, and transported before they can be used. This can be very harmful to the land and cause erosion and ecological instability. Solar energy, on the other hand, does not create any waste or emissions. It is a renewable resource, so we cannot run out of it, which is inevitable with fossil fuels if we continue to use it like we do. Daily, 173,000 terawatts of solar energy strikes the Earth. The world only uses 15 terawatts of energy every day, so we have more than 10,000 times the energy that we need coming from the sun. Solar power plants are also much safer for the employees and environment than fossil fuel plants. Currently, Germany is the leader for total installed capacity of solar energy, while the United States is the fifth. Italy has the highest percent of energy from solar power in the world, with 8% of their energy coming from solar power. In 2015, the amount of solar power installed in the United States was 23 times more than in 2008. These numbers will continue to go up. The biggest problem with solar energy is that it is expensive to install. The average cost in the United States to install solar energy in a home is $20,000. For power plants, it costs almost twice as much to use solar energy than natural gas. This is a problem, since even if people know the benefits that solar energy has on the environment, they will not be committed enough to get it if it is not affordable. The good news is that solar energy pays for itself in 6 to 8 years. This has gone down significantly in the past decade. The initial installation fee can be expensive, but once installed, solar energy does not cost anything other than maintenance and replacement over time. Solar panels typically last 25 to 30 years. In 2010, solar energy cost almost twice as much as it does today, and the prices are continuing to drop. In some countries in Europe, the cost of solar energy has dropped enough to be equal to the cost of traditional energy. As more solar energy is used, the price will continue to drop. Another problem is that the amount of solar radiation varies depending on latitude, time of day, season, and atmospheric conditions like clouds, water vapor, and pollution. Solar energy cannot be harvested after sunset. Because of this, dry areas in the mid-latitudes have the biggest solar potential. In the United States, the Southwest has the highest potential for harvesting solar energy. One major factor to overcome is the inefficiency of solar energy. Currently, only 20% of energy absorbed is utilized. Because of this, a lot of surface area is required to get enough energy. Large power plants can disturb plant and wildlife because of their size, but their carbon footprint is still much lower than fossil fuels. Although this is a problem, there's a lot of research going into this, and efficiency has risen and will continue to rise. Solar energy is much better for the environment than energy from fossil fuels. It emits no greenhouse gases and creates no waste. It is a renewable resource that is in abundance, and it does not harm the earth to harvest it. Although it can be expensive initially, it pays for itself in less than a decade. The price is also going down and will continue to become much more affordable. While we make the transition to healthy lifestyles for the environment, solar energy will become a standard in American households.